Nada is about a group of children who search for the meaning of life, because one of their classmates, Pierre Antón, he leaves the class to sit in a plum tree and provokes them with a lot of statements like the earth is 4.6 billion years old and you live maximum to be 100, life isn't worth a bother. So the other children sets out to try to prove to him that life has a meaning, but in fact they're trying to prove it to themselves. And they start to build a heap of meaning where each one has to sacrifice something that means something, and it goes terribly wrong. So it's about that search for meaning of life that I think we all must go on in our lives. We can push it aside, but it's still there. And it's about the fear that life doesn't have a meaning that is then what drives, in this case, the children to become fanatics about their project to find the meaning of life. But I think also in reality is driving, some religious groups to become fanatical about their faith, wanting to have found the one and only faith, or nationalists to say our nationality is better than everybody else. It's like this idea where you have to have the one and only truth, and how far people are willing to go in the fight for that one truth they think they have found. At first, nobody ever wanted it. It's written 10 years ago. The publisher said no, and even when they finally decided to publish it, it sold, like 600 copies in the first 2 years, which is, even in Denmark, like it was nothing. But then it won a big prize, and then all the discussion started. There was a lot of resistance to the book. When you have French booksellers refusing to sell the books, or in Norwegian schools in Western Norway it's forbidden, and in Germany parents have been calling the publishing house that this book shouldn't be out and refused that it should be read by their children when their teachers said they should read it. And it's quite strong, and in a sense I never understood these very strong reactions, because nothing worse happens in this book that happens in any crime story or computer game that children play with every day. But I think it's very provoking in our modern society to ask questions about what really matters, and so that's what upsets some people. And yet those questions are there. We all know they are there. Naturally, it's a great honor to have Nada compared with books by William Golding and Italo Calvino and Salinger. That's kind of breathtaking. But I see Nada very much as its own book. It's particularly compared a lot to The Lord of the Flies. And I see Golding's children, they lose their sense of civilization when they are left alone by the adults and by the surrounding society. But in Nada, the absolute opposite happens, that here you have children surrounded by a society that offers them no meaningful civilization. So they go on the search for that meaning themselves and try to find out what matters. So it's their project up against a society that offers them none.